Okay, so we are on day 1 of the QLA Castle seminar experience. I wake up in the morning, I quickly shower, wear my suit, and run to the seminar room where the old man is going to dispel his wisdom onto all of his mentees. And everybody was shaken up from last night. There were some of them who were pretty heavily insulted personally, and I was the one who got the worst of everybody. But I didn't care. I wasn't there to get my ego stroked. I was there to know the wealth secrets, and I was there to know the truth about me. I wanted to know about my weaknesses, and I wanted to know what stops me from success and what am I missing. Why haven't I already arrived? Mark Zuckerberg had $1 billion when he was in his early 30s or late 20s, and I'm in that age bracket and I still have not made it. So I was interested in intensity. So I didn't care that he insulted me last night, and I just went in the seminar and I was looking for his next message. And he came in, the music went on, and the music goes like this: "You are a cunts, you are a cunts." And he has, this tune that gets played, and he's really pressing it hard that the reason you don't have success is because you're afraid and you're fearful and your fears are irrational. You shouldn't be afraid of anything, but you're scared. You're cowards. And then he thrashes everybody some more. And then he starts talking about the psychology of a high performer. And he talks about the first few days of the seminar is actually not about business. It's very strange. I came here on a business seminar, but first few days is not about business. And I didn't understand why, it wasn't the case. He talks about, in the first few days, about the influence our parents have had on us. He talks about the psychology of success. He talks about the mindset, the mentality of a high performer. He talks about the sacrifices one needs to make to be successful. And the reason he doesn't get into the business part is because the first step in the QLA model is building a solid foundation. And this is not just a step that's created because it sounds cool or it's okay, like sort of warming you up for the juicy part, right? That's not what this is about. It actually means building a solid foundation before you start your business. If you don't do that, you will face a bunch of problems in the middle of your business venture when you cannot afford it. And that's when things are going to blow up on your face if you haven't done the preparation right. So he talks about how important it is to sacrifice the time with family. And he talks about why is it important to think big? And he talks about self-esteem. And he talks about how parents and families fuck kids up unconsciously, and why we were not wired for success. Just think about it. We growing up as children, we are sent into this stupid school and we are taught values which are oriented towards pleasing others. Behave yourself, give a nice smile to someone, think about others, think about their feelings. And all we start to do, and we start growing up thinking about others. but we abandon ourselves. We give up our dreams to please others. We give up our dreams to please our families, our relatives, and we care about what people think about us. And we are dishonest people because we modify our behavior. We put on a nice, happy face and we don't say what's on our mind. And this is happening at a very unconscious level. It's a conditioning that we have gone through to please others, to respect elders, to always ask for permission, to say sorry, to say thank you. All of these things are to please others. And in the business context, particularly in the context of making hundreds of millions, when you're sitting in front of a vicious banker that wants to put your house and your family at risk, that's the intention he's coming with, and you have sometimes vicious executives want to steal your company from you, and you are being the Mr. Pleaser, you're going to get your head cut off. That's just what's going to happen. And that's the education part. That's he's exposing the ugliness around business. Is it going to happen for a $5,000 deal? No. Is it going to happen for a $10,000 deal? No. Is it going to happen for $1 million deal? No. But it very well may happen for $5 million, $10 million, $20 million, and certainly for a $100 million deal. The bigger the numbers, the more ugly the dynamic gets. And if you are the Mr. Pleaser in that environment, you would get eaten alive. And those people that he's talking about, we would meet in our QLA process. So this is the reason all the softness that the families have programmed and essentially made us, emasculated men and, men with soft character traits, especially embarking on this journey, people are gonna eat you alive. They're gonna eat your lunch and they're gonna throw you out of your own company if you are not careful. So he talks about all of that. He talks about the conditioning and he talks about the role of ethnicities. Another thing I didn't understand, why is he talking about ethnicities so much? And then I saw my own conditioning, being Indian. My family started to intervene in the business. They started to control my life. They started to, direct me in ways that were outside of the QLA system, and things started to really get tough for me. And I could see what he was talking about. So there is a reason he talks about ethnicities. There is a reason he talks about parenting. There is a reason he talks about sacrifices. And those are the ugly truths and that nobody wants to say. So first few days are about all of that, and he shares some horror stories that we all need to be aware of. So that's first few days, and in the next video I'm going to be talking about the business model itself and what is it.